We got a crazy story here. I'm going to do it right up. Check this out. Okay. Cops arrest citizens for criticizing town's police department. I think in my mind, do you know how crazy it is for the cops to simply arrest you because you're expressing your opinion? You're simply expressing free speech. You're criticizing that the cops are not doing enough or they're abusing their power or whatnot. That's called First Amendment free speech. That's protected activity. You know, I think it's crazy. Here, let's get to it.
I'm going to show you what a local police department did during public comment.
This is my public comment for City Council meeting now October 3rd, 2022. Defund Newton Police Department. They are a violent, civil and human rights violating organization who do not make your community safer. They're also pro-domestic abuse because they are currently employing a domestic abuser and choosing to not release the records about that domestic abuser.
You're out of order, sir. Stop.
No, I'm not.
No, see? Oh, out of order? No, this guy is speaking the truth. And see, like, and that's the thing. When you're acting like that, yeah, cops don't like it when you express your free speech. I mean, when you like, it's like, you know, like cops don't want you to record, or they're gonna jam you up because you're saying fuck the police, fuck you fat pig, or saying blue lives murder, bear black to blue, shit like that. You know, the only reason why the cops made the blue lives matter was to combat black lives matter when it came around. Yeah, you know, like George Floyd, you know, the Dante, all that shit. Yeah, the Breonna Taylor, all the stuff like that.
You are out of order.
As I was saying,
Chief,
we allocate funds from policing to actually help
cease your
people with
comments. You are out of order.
substance abuse issues. It is a health
You are
issue.
violating rules. You are
You are
violating
violating the
rules.
United States
Chief,
Constitution.
escort this gentleman out of the chambers.
The man's name is Noah Peterson. After reading his statement, here is what followed.
My 3-minute period to voice my criticisms about the government. Yes, and I have 3.
Dude, all this guy is doing, this guy's name, Noah Peterson, he is simply doing a protected amendment, constitutional activity, expressing his free speech, his free range and free right of power, expressing his opinion, his criticism, and it's not, and for him, the cops to do, for them to say he's out of order and to arrest him, that's infringing on his rights, ladies and gentlemen. You got that right. And I've seen cases where cops arrest people for simply expressing their opinions and their free speech. And you get cops out there want to arrest people out there because they won't stop recording and say, no, this is my friend. It's public photography. It's not a crime.
3 minutes to give the government some criticism. Okay, I'm not leaving until. How much 3 minutes up?
Watch this.
I'm not leaving. I should arrest me. Arrest me for speaking my First Amendment rights. Go ahead. Should be ashamed of yourselves.
What can you say? Butthurt city,
Removed
butthurt cops.
at the direction of the mayor. Noah Peterson called for the city to defund the Newton Police Department, saying it is a violent, civil, and human rights violating organization that does not make the community safer.
And the guy's got every right to express that. That's his protected activity, free speech.
Abuser Newton Mayor Mike Hansen slammed his gavel and said Peterson was out of order. Despite Peterson's protests, Hansen called on Newton Police Chief Rob Burdess to escort him from the council chambers inside City Hall. Hansen said
Violating the rules, come on.
the city council meeting. To be clear, this is the man, Police Chief Rob Burdess, who approached Peterson and placed him in handcuffs. The mayor claimed Peterson's 3 minutes expired. It did not. If you would like to leave a comment for the mayor, which is all public information.
There you go. The face of crooked justice, ladies and gentlemen. That's a crooked justice right now. And you got a crooked cops out there. The police he had a chief that had to arrest the guy, and the guy was just simply expressing his displeasure of the cops. We all been doing this for the last, what, a year.
He did not name the officer.
And that's the problem with the society we cops. We don't trust the cops. We've been going around, everybody has to say defund the police or like that. You talk about reform, like, no, you don't reform. You fucking replace the bad cops. Get rid of them all. Get some new ones that good cops like that. That's why That's why good cops get fucking railed and thrown the bus in the system, because good cops call the bad shit out, and guess what happens? They get fucked over by the system.
Peterson was escorted quietly into the atrium of City Hall, where Burdess patted him down in a search for weapons, drugs, and paraphernalia, finding nothing. Peterson was then charged with disorderly conduct and transported
Unbelievable.
to jail. Last month, body cam footage worn by a Newton police officer showed 19-year-old college student Taven Galanikis being arrested and charged with DUI, and then 3 hours later, he was released with no charges.
Unbelievable.
He passed field sobriety test. The video also shows Galanikis telling Officer Nathan Winters he wasted his time, should do a better job next time, and that he should apologize. When Galanikis shared his experience with Newton police officers, people began recounting their bad interactions with law enforcement as well, or specifically with Winters and Newton Police Lieutenant Chris Wing. Others shared screenshots of a domestic abuse case involving Winters from Iowa courts online. As is the case with many politicians, the mayor criticized Galanikis and others for making what he called false and defamatory statements against Newton police officers and for spreading...
Of course, you got a mayor who's going to suck up to the mentality. Cops playing 101.
Domestic abuse.
Back in the blue, that's what this dumbass mayor is doing.
Comes from Iowa courts online, which shows there is a case categorized as a DACV between Winters and another woman, resulting in a mutual protective/no contact order. Several people shared screenshots of the filings. When questioned about the no contact order placed on Winters, Newton City Administrator Matt Muckler said it is a mutual protective order between the officer and former girlfriend. Newton News learned the protective order between Winters and his former girlfriend states he is restrained from committing any further acts of abuse or threats of abuse. So although no criminal charges were filed against Winters, the act of a domestic abuse is implied through the order itself. However, the order also has an added stipulation that allows Winters to conduct official police business. Peterson would write on his Twitter the following: important context. Cop Nathan Winters is currently employed by NPD. He currently has an active protective order against him for domestic abuse. Has had that order for 1 year, and his victim recently filed for an extension of the...
Look at the handle on that. I see Antifa.
I have asked the city for records of the internal communications/response to one of their cops being a domestic abuser. Instead of being transparent, the city has chosen to not release the records, hence the whole pro-domestic abuse statement. What else is the public supposed to think?
Do not buy solar panels.
Unbelievable. Yeah, crazy like that. Of course, finding fraud, it's going to be like, well, that guy deserves to be recorded. He deserves to have a criminal record, arrested, and facing jail time. What? For expressing his free speech? Saying the cops are bad in his neighborhood? It's our God-given power to do so. That's why there are news stories. That's why I raise awareness and being vigilant to call out the bad cops that are committing, shooting, killing innocent bystanders or people like that as well. Or you get cops out there who get away with fucking rape and murder. Come on. Anyways, I'm out here, Mike Job. Peace out.